Coach, you go with the same lineup that you had on Saturday night?
Yeah, we're going to go with exactly the same lineup here tonight. So that's good. I thought the guys, played a great game. They were resilient and paid attention to some details. And playing against the top team in the league tonight, obviously, if we're going to play well, we're going to have a similar type performance, especially in terms of our detail. This is a team that, for me, is probably the #1 team in one crucial area. They win in a lot of puck battles. And, when we watched our game almost a month ago against them, the one thing that stood out was just how good they are in that area. And it's not just one player, it's everybody on their team. So they've got a group that is gearing up for the playoffs, a different type of mindset going into a game than maybe we have. Obviously, we're trying to have the mindset of playing the right way and guys playing for their futures. And again, I've been on both sides of this. Much prefer to be on the other side, but in the grand scheme of things, recognizing that the challenges tonight will be to make sure that A, we find an emotional level that allows us to compete, but B, recognizing what that team does so well and making sure that we're up to that challenge. And I'm looking for our guys to show a high level of competitiveness in the puck battle area, and they happen a lot in the defensive zone. I think they're the ones you kind of look at the most because, they got a bunch of guys who steal pucks really well and get right back involved in the play. They're very, very good. They're probably the best in the league at that. And then, they always happen in front of the net. And oftentimes they happen at the blue lines and coming out of the corners. And for us, we're not just looking about how our guys are with their sticks, but we're also looking how they are on body position. If we can have great body position against these guys, then you really limit the quickness with which they can get back into the attack. So those are some of the things that we're looking for tonight, and some of the things that'll have to be in a high order for us if we plan to be effective against Tampa Bay.
That was your first game against Tampa. How much more comfortable are you behind the bench?
Yeah, probably a little bit more. I hadn't really thought of it in that term. But I know our new guys a lot better now. I think I know exactly the capabilities of the players that we've brought in. And they've all played real well, whether it's been Anthony Duclair or Lindbergh. Definitely you go on. Gibbons has been quite good for us. And you keep going on through our list of people that have come in here in the last little while. They've all contributed in a lot of different ways, not only with the workload of the minutes, but they've done a lot of good work in scoring chances. They've done a lot of good work in setting up plays. Anthony Duclair has scored at a real good level, I guess, as have the other guys. They've all been scoring quite well. And as for the rest of our players, again, being around them all year, you tend to, or I tend to know a little bit better what their personalities are about and what makes them tick, so to speak. And I think, from the other side, probably a little bit of them getting to know me a little bit better as a head coach. They knew me as the fun guy, assistant, and now as a head coach. Hopefully I'm still somewhat fun and somewhat engaging, but at the same time, for them to get used to how I am as a head coach has been a good process as well.
This is Craig Anderson's 400th game as a Senator. What's that say about you?
I didn't know that. Thanks, guys. That would have been nice to have known that. 400 games. That's a great number, and he didn't get a chance to play his 600th game at home. And I think this is great that he gets to play his 400th game as a Senator at home. And obviously this is a huge challenge. So he was terrific in the game against Toronto last game. And if your goaltender gives you a chance to win, I thought he did such a remarkable job in that. You know, we gave up, I think, 9 scoring chances in the first period against Toronto, which is, it's too many on a regular basis to really have success. But we were in it because our goalie was really good, and he allowed us to get better in the game. So, you know, we've talked about with a young team, you need a veteran goaltender that can steady the team, and he did exactly that. The longevity to be able to play 400 games is remarkable. But now he's over 600 games played in the National Hockey League, 400 with the Senators. That's a great number. Obviously, he holds most of the records with Senators for their goaltending position, and I think it's a wonderful happening that he's playing in his 400th game as a Senator here tonight.
How would you evaluate his year?
He was very good at the start. I thought he gave us real quality games. I thought you could see that our team really struggled when we didn't have him. And if you really look at forensically how our team was, we lost 2 key players in December. We lost Craig and we lost Thomas Chabot. And our record without them was terrible. And, you know, quite understandably, you lose your #1 goaltender and you lose your #1 defenseman. That's a lot for any team to overcome, but a young team and a rebuilding team, those are significant. And you know, trying to shore up for not having those people is always hard. So, you know, coming back, it took him a long time to get going, coming back. I don't think it was through any lack of effort. I think, you know, our whole group maybe was searching for themselves a little bit more. And, you know, no doubt lately he's playing the kind of hockey that Craig Anderson is capable of, and he's played at a very high level, and we've had success here lately because of how well he's played, and when we've had success with how well Anders Nilsson's played as well. Goaltending's such a big factor. You know, it gives you a great opportunity to allow yourself to become successful, and they are such a big part of the stopgap when you're trying to develop the type of habits that you need to win consistently.
He was saying this morning that, like, 15 years ago there was always next year, like when he was in this kind of situation, and he says that maybe that's something your young players need to learn from this, is that at his age you realize he's running out of next year's.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think it's fresh mindset is a big part of aging well, and being around young people is really important too. And right now he's demonstrating both. You know, I think that's a big part of any formula. You know, you've got to keep yourself in great condition. You've got to have the youthful mindset that you're willing to do the things that push your body to keep it at the age that you're still going to be effective. And he's doing that. And then our part is to keep having him surrounded by people that pick up his spirits. And, you know, when you've got guys like Colin White and Brady Tkachuk and Thomas Chabot and, you know, our young group of people, the one thing that you can say about them is they're all got great positive characters. And we've got a lot of older guys that have positive characters too. This team, even though we haven't had a great deal of success, has been a close team all year. And I think Craig appreciates that as well, and that probably helps his mindset moving forward.
All set, gents?
Good.